Most online job lists for teens are either full of scams or completely unrealistic. But in this video, I'll show you 6 realistic online jobs for teens that actually pay, and you don't need to invest any money to get started. And make sure to stick around to the end, because I'll also share one simple tip that can seriously boost your chances of actually earning. A tip most people overlook, but it makes all the difference for those who take it seriously. In case you don't know, my name's Michael and I have made money online for more than 8 years, and I have tested hundreds of different ways to make money online. And I have also seen a ton of hype out there when it comes to making money online, especially for teenagers. So in this video, I will show you 6 real online jobs that teens can actually do. No fluff, no fake promises. And some of these is some that you can start right after watching this, and a couple can even grow into a long-term income stream. So let's dive in. So before going over the 6 options I want to show you, there is just an important disclaimer I want to give. Because when earning online, you of course need a way to get paid. And some payment processors, for example like PayPal, they require someone that are 18 years old or older to own the account. So you need to coordinate with the parents if you start using earning methods that require specific payout options. And this is something that's very good to look into before starting. So remember that. Exactly how you can get paid depends a lot on the methods you choose, but just keep this in mind so you are sure you do not start earning just to then later realize you cannot get paid. But let's now go over the 6 online income methods for teens I wanted to show you. So the first method I wanted to talk about is to resell on second-hand marketplaces. And what is this? Well, it is where you buy or you get free items. There are many places where you can actually find free items. You can find them locally and then you can resell them online for a profit. You can, for example, go to Facebook Marketplace in your local area, and you can just see here just some examples of some amazing free things people actually give away. It can also be on eBay, or it can be local apps also. And a tip, if this is what you want to do, then look for items people are giving away for free. You can see some examples here. That can be electronics, it can be clothes, it can be furniture. Then clean it up, take good photos, and then resell it with clear titles and descriptions. You can even start with things from your own room or ask your family if they have unused stuff just to get started. An important note here is also that this is great for teens who don't mind a bit of manual work and want fast local cash. I also do have a full video actually where I go into all the details about some examples of platforms where you can do it and more details about the exact method and strategy that I would recommend. So I'll leave a link to this in the top corner and also below here if this is one of the methods you want to get started with. The next option is to become a homework helper or an online tutor for simple tasks. And what is this then? Well, that is where you will help younger students with homework and explanations of, for example, proofreading. And where can you then do this? Well, homework helper jobs aren't typically labeled like that on platforms like, for example, Fiverr, where you can find a lot of different freelance jobs, because doing others' homework that crosses ethical lines and platform rules, but there are legit and allowed ways teen can actually earn by offering, for example, academic help, especially if you position it as student support or study support, tutoring, proofreading, or explainer help. And that can, for example, be on a platform like Fiverr. It can also be on a platform like Preply. Here, usually you need to be 18, but if you're a teen, you can sometimes get started with a parental permission, or you can also actually work informally, meaning locally, so you can maybe go to local Facebook groups or student communities. And how to do this is that if you just want to get started easily, that is that you can, for example, post in local Facebook groups or school university groups and offering something like, I can help explain math, biology, homework, whatever it is, concepts. Message me if you need a study buddy or support. You can also offer something like essay proofreading or exam prep help in a genuine way, of course. You can also use word of mouth or posters at school, for example, or digital flyers, and especially for teens under 18, offering homework help to younger students, for example, in your school, local neighborhood, or online study groups can be one of the easiest ways to get started. And a little bonus tip is that if you are below 18, then it's often best to skip the big tutoring platforms, the most famous tutoring platforms, when you first get started. Just start small by helping classmates or younger students, and then posting, for example, also Instagram stories, local Discord servers, or student Reddit forums. And then you can, for example, offer free first session to get testimonials and to build trust. And one important note is to be careful not to do others' assignments for them. So it needs to be study help and not actually doing the homework. So the next option I wanted to talk about is paid surveys for teens, because this is one of the easiest ways to start earning some extra money on the side. It will not make you huge money, but it is super fast and easy to get started with. Many survey sites have the requirements that you need to be 18 to join, but there are luckily also quite a few really great ones where you can join already from when you're 13 years old. And I do have a list like this on my website of the best survey sites for teens, and the only thing you need here to get started is to be honest and consistent. You can sign up for free, you can start earning right away. You just answer online surveys from your computer or from your phone even. And many of these platforms that are on the list, they also offer other ways to earn, for example, by playing games or watching videos or doing other small tasks. And if you combine it with that, it can build up to some nice extra money on the side. The next option is short form video editing. And what is it then? Well, that means that you will edit, for example, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, or Reels for creators or brands or small businesses. And ways to find work like this can, for example, be Fiverr or Upwork, some of the popular freelance platforms. It can also be Facebook groups for content creators or self-employed or for small businesses. You can even start sending private messages to small pages on, for example, Instagram or TikTok or YouTube offering help, but do not send private messages to the big channels and pages that already has short form content, because I see this happening all the time, that people reach out to me and say like, oh, I can offer this, but I already do that, and you know, like, it doesn't make sense. And in general, the huge creators, and I'm not one of the big, you know, I'm still a very small creator compared to many others, but there's no point in reaching out to someone that has 500,000, a million followers or something like that, because clearly you have to be lucky for them to even see the message. So start with smaller pages where you can see they could actually use your help. If not, you will just be wasting your time. Some of the tools you can use for this, one of the most popular is, for example, CapCut. They can also be something like Opus Clips, where you can actually just upload a long form video and then it will suggest small clips you can use, and you can very easily then adapt that. And that has become a huge thing, that many long form creators need the long form content into small clips. And with tools like this, you can super easily learn how to do that. You can even get started with them with free trials, and you can easily learn how to do this. So practice first editing maybe videos for yourself or friends to build a portfolio, and then start cheap to build trust, and then you can increase the rates as you get better. An important note here is that there's a huge demand right now, even from local businesses wanting TikToks or other short form content. So there is potential, a huge opportunity if you learn these skills, and it's actually not something that is super difficult to learn. We now only have a couple of options more to go over, and it'd be great if you just take 1 second to like this video, because it can help it to be seen by more people, and I would definitely appreciate that support. So the next option is to do freelance microtasks. And what is this then? Well, it's where you can offer small services like typing or transcription or removing image backgrounds, writing, all kind of small tasks like this. Again, you can use something like Fiverr to find jobs. You can also use something like Clickworker, and there are many other small micro job platforms like this that sometimes accept teens. I also do have a list on my website, for example, of the best micro job platforms. I will leave a link to that below so you can also check that out. And a little tip here is to think of simple skills you already have. That can be typing fast, organizing things, using Excel, whatever it be. And then look at what others offer, for example, on Fiverr, and then model your gig titles after successful ones. So start on gig platforms, for example, like Clickworker and other similar ones to get experience, because here you can actually start earning right away and there are no requirements to get hired or so. So this can be a great way to get experience, and then you can start using these other types of gig jobs after on the bigger platforms. But always remember, on freelance platforms like Fiverr and others where you offer different services, to don't promise more than you can actually deliver, and make sure to communicate and deliver fast with quality, because that's how you build up a reputation, get good ratings, and get more customers. So the last option I wanted to talk about here is social media managing. And what is this then? Well, that is where you help businesses or creators post content, reply to comments, schedule posts, or grow their audience in general. And where can you then find clients? Well, you can reach out to small businesses on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And you can offer services on Fiverr, like for example, I will manage your Instagram for a week or something like that. You can also ask friends and family who run small shops to get started. And some tips here is to start by managing your own, to have something to show, and also to learn the best ways to post, use hashtags, descriptions, all these different things. And then you can offer a free trial to clients to prove your value. And then you can use free tools. There are free tools where you can, for example, schedule posts and do other things to make it more efficient if you start working with clients. And then eventually you might have to upgrade and use paid tools, but if you then start earning by then that doesn't really matter. That's just a way to scale then. And an important note here is that even basic help like replying to private messages or scheduling posts can be very valuable to small businesses, because business owners often don't have much time, and small kind of simple tasks like that, it can be a really, really great relief to get someone trustworthy to take care of that. So these were 6 realistic online jobs that teens can actually do without needing to invest money or have years of experience. But before you go and try to do all of them at once, let me first share one simple tip that can really increase your chances of actually making money, and it's something most people overlook. So alright, here's the bonus tip that I promised, and it's something that I've seen make a massive difference over the years. And that is, don't try to do all 6 jobs at once. That's honestly one of the biggest mistakes people make, especially teens who are eager to make money fast. They jump from one method to the next hoping something will magically work. But here's the thing, almost every method I showed you today can work if you stick with it. So my tip is simple. Choose one that fits your skills and interest and focus just on that one for a few weeks. With the exception of, for example, paid service, you can do that on the side while you try to build some of the other methods, because paid service can be something that pay you here and now, and so can certain micro tasks. But other than that, then just choose one method and stick to it. At least for a few weeks or few months, learn about it, test it out, improve it a little each day. And that's how people actually start seeing results. You don't need to get it perfect right away, you just need to stick with something long enough to see if it works for you. And I know this isn't the flashy answer people always want to hear, but it's what actually works. And it's what I wish more people would do from the start. So as you can see, there are many ways to start making money online as a teen, no matter your experience. And if you have already tried any of these methods, or if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I read them all and I'm happy to help if I can. And for some of the methods I talked about here, I have more information here on my YouTube channel or on my website. I will leave links to those below, the ones I mentioned here, so you can go and check that out. So now you just need to go pick one method, take action, and then see where it takes you. And if this video helped you, also please make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.